Hello, this is Coach Tim Campsell, and I'm your host for the Self-Made is a Myth, Make a Difference Together show, where we're talking with successful business owners to hear their stories of the journey to building their business. And because we know that achieving success in business is not something we can do on our own, we recognize the folks that have helped us to excel. Today, I'm excited to have a fellow business owner from Indiana with us today. Check this out. My guest is ambidextrous in his writing. He enjoys photography, music, and spending time with his family. And he's most proud of persevering through the odds that were against him. It is my pleasure to welcome Aaron to the show today. Hello, Aaron.
Hello, Tim. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so glad to be here.
Well, hey, Aaron, let's start with having you introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit of your personal story, like where you were born, where you live, and about your family.
Certainly. So I'm a proud father of two girls. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. My daughters are 18. Well, they're about to be 19 and 21. My youngest, I just moved her to college 2 weeks ago. And my oldest is a licensed cosmetology, working at a full service salon and part time at a helping out at another salon. Um, I taught myself. I'm self taught pianist. So I actually play for church as well
Oh, very
every
cool.
week,
Yeah.
and I love nature photography, wildlife photography, landscapes, and candid portraits or street photography.
Awesome. And you were born in India, I think you said to me
Yes.
offline.
hmm
Yep. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Born in Indianapolis, Indiana. Yes.
Fantastic. So, what's a funny story that your family likes to tell about you that you'd be willing to share with us today?
Yeah, so it's one where my youngest brother, back when I was just a young lad, a young little kid, and I didn't want a bike from the store. I love building things. I love working with my hands,
Yeah.
and so I built my own bike, and I went to test my bike out on a bike track over in Broad Ripple. They had a dirt bike track,
Uh-huh.
and my brother and a friend of mine were out there, and we're watching these guys. They're doing all these BMX tricks, and I was like, oh, I can do that. I can. And my brother, he's telling me, he's like, Aaron, no, you don't try it, don't try it. So I go down, I go back, I go to hit this ramp. I'm speeding, and as soon as I hit that ramp, I second guess, I hit my brake, and my bike comes apart in the air. My front tire went one way, my handlebar came
Oh
off.
no.
I landed painfully. I landed, and I thought I broke my arm. I was in a lot of pain. Of course, boys being boys, they didn't help me. They laughed at me all the
Yes,
way home. So,
yes.
but yeah, so he just told that story to someone else last week. So yeah, they're still talking about that.
So that just makes me think about my introduction. So you're able to write with both hands. Tell me a little bit about that story.
Yeah, so I actually taught myself to write with my left hand. Well, I naturally write with my left hand. I taught myself to write with my right hand. My mother, we were in a softball league, and I probably was only around 10, I believe. And one of the pitcher went to launch the ball at her and like he was in the major leagues, and she missed time. She missed time to catch, put her hand down before the ball, and yeah. So I watched my mother have to write with her opposite hand because she had a broken finger and a
Sure.
splint. So she was writing with her opposite hand, and she worked third shift. So when we come home, we saw notes everywhere, and it was in chicken scratch. It was horrible trying to read the instructions, and we was like, okay, well, we can't read it, so I guess we don't have to do chores. So, uh, but that I looked at it. I was like, no, there's no way in the world I'm going to put myself in that position. So I taught myself. I start every time I had a chance. I wrote with my right hand, and now it's legible.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, Aaron, tell us about how the business came about, and at what point did you have the confidence that you could run your own business?
Certainly. So I was pretty much born and raised with the camera in my hand. At the family reunions, family gatherings, everyone will give me the camera and say, "Hey, let Aaron take the picture. Let Aaron take the picture." So, needless to say, I'm not in a lot of our group family pictures because I'm the one behind the camera.
Yeah.
Uh, but but I mean, here they are giving me the camera because they saw that Aaron has that eye. He has that natural eye, and I continue to build upon that. Although I grew up in Indy, I spent my summers on the East Coast,
Mm.
in Washington D.C. and Maryland. And every time I went to Maryland for the summer, my aunt Debbie, she would have a disposable camera ready for me. So I every time, so I would just, that's back when you used to walk up, you could walk up to the White House lawn,
Yeah.
and so I have pictures upon pictures of those monuments, and I just love capturing those pictures. I'm getting a dead battery now, but yeah, I just love capturing those pictures. And that, as I got older, I started getting requests for to come shoot a wedding or to come take pictures of a small event, and I started getting a little small change. And but then I decided, what? Now that I'm actually making money from this, I want to do it the right way. So I started a business. I didn't know anything about running a business, but I started the business because I wanted to do it the right way. And but it wasn't until 2018 when so that launched PreciseTake Multimedia in 2012. It wasn't until 2018 when I really truly felt like I was in business,
Mm.
and that came from a lot of trial and error, meeting people, meeting experts, taking advice from people, getting out there in networking events, and just absorbing all that knowledge and studying business. So now that turned into PreciseTake Multimedia.
Yeah, congratulations. That's an
Thank,
awesome story. So,
thank you.
tell us a little bit more about the company, Aaron. What's the name? What do you guys do? How do you help others?
Certainly. So, PreciseTake Multimedia, we're full scale B2B video production. So, in short, we're the video production side of marketing. When it comes to our large corporations like nonprofits and larger organizations who have a marketing team or they have a marketing plan, they're just bringing us into their marketing strategy, and we'll produce the videos that align to that plan.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of small business owners, small business owners like myself in 2012, and who don't really know anything about marketing,
Sure.
barely know anything about business. And we go the extra mile of helping them not only just produce content for their brand, but also help them with the marketing and the strategy behind it.
Fantastic. So, share us a story, Aaron, where someone pushed you or inspired you that you could do it, even though maybe you didn't think that you could, and the impact that that person had on you.
So that was two people: my uncle Tony and my aunt Debbie. My late uncle Tony and my aunt Debbie from Washington D.C. And like I said, I went and spent my summers with them. My uncle, he was with D.C. Homicide for 25 years. He was with the FBI he went from D.C. Homicide to the FBI for 5 years, and where he was diagnosed with cancer.
Mm.
Had to retire early, and then when he got started to once he got better, he went to NCIS, and that's where unfortunately he passed away.
Mm.
Um, and my aunt, who's retired attorney for the IRS after 35 years of service, they taught me, this little black kid from a high crime area. I'm the second oldest of five children, with my mother and father in the house. That's seven people in a 3 bedroom, 1 bathroom home,
Oh,
900 square feet. So that kind of lets you know my upbringing.
yeah.
We had one TV. It was tough. No central air. Uh, so but going and spending my summers out there with my family and government, and seeing success and black success, it helped me see I learned at a young age that there's more to my story. There's more to this. I
Mm.
can be better than my circumstances and surroundings.
Oh, what an amazing um, opportunity to see that, and right, to
Hmm.
understand that there's a different life potential, and to have your
Hmm.
uncle introduce you to that, and
Yeah.
and show you that opportunity. Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you. No
So
problem.
Aaron, what's your biggest learning as a business owner?
So I'm a perfectionist, and I had to learn to turn that off. um, Going from spending 3 to 4 weeks on video editing, when I met the client's expectations in the first week. I had to learn, Aaron, listen, give them what they asked, and get it to them.
Yeah.
So that I had to learn. It took me some years to learn that, but I fortunately I learned it, and I'm able to turn projects around a lot quicker. And just think, even outside of video editing, just being more efficient with the business. It just,
Yeah.
as you know, perfectionism is okay to a certain extent, but when it's impacting your
Yes.
customers, you
Yes.
gotta let it go.
Yes. Yeah. A term I use a lot with my clients is progress, not perfection. Right?
There you go.
Because
There
it's
you go.
so easy to get bogged down in the, well, just one little more tweak, one little more
Hmm.
adjustment. And I like what you
Hmm.
shared earlier. So for everyone listening, this is a key nugget that Aaron shared is, meet your customers or your clients' expectations. Don't worry about meeting your own internal expectations. So if you can wow them in a week, right, there's no reason to be spending 3 weeks working on the project, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So having some check-ins, right? Maybe get them to
Hmm.
review a draft, and you
Uh-huh.
hear how excited they are. It's like, oh wow, we're pretty much done.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We have our initial cut, and within 5 days, we were trying to deliver that first cut, which is a rough draft.
Yeah,
So,
awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that, because I know
oh, no problem.
everyone who's listening, you guys could all benefit from that advice, right? Don't overwork yourself if you don't have to.
Yeah.
So, Aaron, we
Yeah.
know that business success doesn't happen in isolation. So, tell us about one of your biggest challenges as a business owner, and maybe another business owner who came alongside you to help you get through that challenge.
Certainly. I mean, so there were growing pains with launching PreciseTake Multimedia, but I've had three individuals who are new to this platform. I mean, I've had other people, some you're familiar with, some not, and but there's three that are I want to kind of pay it forward and introduce them to your platform. Uh, where Doris Renee, she has been played a pivotal role in the growth and success of PreciseTake Multimedia. I met Doris probably 7 years ago. She was a keynote speaker at an event I was filming. And after that event, she approached me and introduced herself. And we kind of stayed in contact since then. And she's sent work to me, and she's just loved the quality and the service the level of service I was able to provide. So she continues to go out there, even if she's not using me. She's continued to send people to me,
Hmm.
and so I'm forever grateful for Doris. In fact, she's specializes in sales, marketing, and communications. So we have a mutual client, and we were meeting in the boardroom. I think it was probably a month and a half or 2 months ago, and we're in this boardroom, and we're waiting for the client to come in. And I told Doris, I whispered across the table, I said, Doris. She said, yeah. I said, I need you. So she's like, she said, Aaron, she said, "Leah, you do a great job. I like what you're doing. I'm on board with what you're trying to do over there at Precise Take. So yeah, let's talk and see how we can bring that together.
Yeah.
I would love to help you out." And so we were able to meet and work out a deal, and she's now my operations manager.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So the second person is April Yvette, and April Yvette of April Yvette International. She's been with me longer than Doris, actually. April she was on Shark Tank. And April, she's a specializes in sales and marketing, motivational speaker. She's written a few books. and I've done a lot of work for April. But April, she's probably my largest client. April continues to send me work, telling other people about PreciseTake and about me, saying, "Hey, listen, if you need video for your brand, go to Aaron. Go to Aaron Chandler." So I'm forever grateful for April. And then lastly is Lakeisha Jackson, City County Councilwoman, Lakeisha Jackson. She is a force in the community. I've been shooting. In fact, Doris is the one that connected me to the city council, and so she's Lakeisha. She's actually. I went to work for her. My first shoot for her was training youth for success. That was 4.5 years ago, where they're working with youth 14 to 22 on job readiness training, college readiness, getting them out of the streets and into the workforce, and just turning their lives around. And I have been a part of a lot of the things that she's been doing in the community, especially even just most recently last Saturday, where we went to capture her peace walk out there, where she partnered with the mayor and the congressman Andre Carson and a few others in the Far East Side community on to take a stand against gun violence. Some of the women that I interviewed were women who had lost their children due to gun violence. And how do you stand just a few feet away from somebody as they're telling you that they just lost their 16-year-old son and their 14-year-old daughter? And how do you and they're saying it and they're speaking from strength, right? And here I am trying to blame it up my watery eyes on the sun.
Yeah, right.
But it's like, Lakeisha Jackson that's what she's doing every day out there in the community, fighting for those families, fighting for her community, and I'm there to capture it all. So I love Lakeisha and everything that she's doing. I love all three of these ladies. They've played a major role in the success and growth of PreciseTake Multimedia. And in fact, we're actually getting into campaign videos due to Lakeisha Jackson. So,
oh, that's fantastic. Wonderful.
yeah.
So, Aaron, as you think about the next 3 to 5 years, what are the biggest challenges you're going to face in terms of reaching your goals, and who are the types of people you're going to need to help you with those challenges?
So I need an assistant. Within yesterday, as I'm continuing to grow, that is the next piece. I've been fortunate in the last this summer, I've been able to grow my team to a team of 6, including me. But
yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, and that is the next piece, is getting an executive assistant in who can come in and not only take what I'm giving her, him or her, but also take a look at my company and identify the gaps and present those to me and also help me bridge those gaps or close those gaps. Yeah. Secondly, is I do want to open a brick and mortar within the next 12 months.
Oh, that's exciting.
So yeah. So I definitely need production space, because what my clients are coming to me more now for, I'm going to need room to shoot things that they need me to do. And it's just outside of just your typical live action. You get into a green room and you can shoot a whole action trailer at that point, right? But yeah, so I do want a brick and mortar so I can provide a higher level of service to my clients. And then lastly, where it kind of goes hand in hand with the second one there, I've been fortunate enough to run PreciseTake Multimedia on my own, as far as self-funded, right? No outside um, uh, co-
Capital.
contributions, or yeah, capital, right, capital. So, um, but I'm getting to a point where now I know that if I need to make it to that next level and truly scale, truly grow that business, I'm going to need access to capital. So that's what I'm doing right now. Is just getting myself into position for to start exploring capital outside funding within the next 3 to 6 months.
Awesome. Well, I love the plan and that you've already got some ideas of how to get there. So great job in terms of longer term plans for the business.
Yeah.
Jim Rohn, one of my favorite authors, says we become the average of the 5 people that we spend the most time with. So, Aaron, as you think about that, what advice do you have for business owners who are trying to build their business on their own?
You know, don't make the same mistake that I did. Get out there. I wear a shirt that says "Be Seen, Grow Your Brand." As my current marketing campaign right now. Be seen, grow the brand. I'm always telling my customers, be seen.
Yeah.
Um, and I tell that to that's what I would say to the new startups, the new entrepreneurs. Get out there in these circles and network, because you never. It's not about going out there and trying to land a customer or a client, whatever you want to call, whatever you call them, refer to them as for your business. But also get out there and build partnerships, build those relationships, seek knowledge,
Mm.
ask questions, step into a room, even if you're an introvert. Step into a room, start, hello, my name is, and this is what I do. Start there. And people know that you're just starting out. I found that networking, it can be intimidating, right?
Yeah.
You go into a room, it's intimidating. But I found that if they know that you're just starting out and they know that they can see that you're genuine, you will be amazed. You'll be surprised at how many people will reach out and say, "Hey, I would like to do this for you. I would like to offer there. If you have any questions, call me. I'll be more than happy to help you there." So yeah, just get out. That's my advice. Don't sit in your little hole. Come out of the hole and
Yeah.
get out there and be seen.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing? You said ask questions. Isn't it amazing that how many people are willing to give you some advice or give you a tip if you just ask them?
Oh yeah, no, just ask. Just ask.
Yeah.
And then YouTube.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, YouTube, Google. But ask, and you'll be amazed at how much help you can get. But then I would say in the second part of that, don't forget to give back. Don't always go into the room expecting to take.
Yes.
Step into the room and say, okay, what can I give this person? What value do I bring?
Yeah.
Every day when we wake up, what can we do to change the world for someone else?
Yes.
It's not always about what can we receive; it's about what can we give.
Yeah. I love that because I think the biggest mistake that people who are networking make is they go into a room, they say their name, and then they ask for something.
Yeah.
Right. And we haven't even built that know, like, and trust. And right.
Hmm.
And there's an interesting thing that happens psychologically. If we go into a networking event and we give and we help other people, there's a human, an internal need and desire to pay that back, right? It's
Yeah.
almost like
Oh
we
yeah.
feel guilty, right? That we can't,
Oh yeah.
that
Hmm.
if somebody helped us out, we feel guilty, and we are constantly now trying to figure out how do I pay that back, right? I don't
Yeah.
want to
Hmm.
owe that debt. So yeah,
Certainly.
I
Hmm.
love what you're saying is like go out to those networking events and just see how many people you can help and bless, and it's all gonna come back, and you're gonna get the dividends of all of those folks that you're able to benefit while you're there.
Certainly. Hmm. Oh,
So, Aaron, last question here. If there was something that catastrophic that happened to the business, who's the first person you'd call and what would you want from them?
I'll call Doris.
Uh,
She's my operations manager. I'm calling her. She's Doris is when I tell you she's a shark in a good way, she's a shark. And so there's been a few times, and she'll get on me too. It's like, Aaron, you're supposed to be working on this. Why are you working on so why are you working on that? But she'll hold me accountable, and I'm like, Doris, you work for me. But anyway, this is like
Yeah.
but I will call Doris. She's there's other people I will call, but yeah, that's my number one because she is a part of Precise Take, and she would need to be able to lend her expertise to help and we strategically get out of whatever is we're facing.
Awesome. So it sounds like, Aaron, you've been blessed with some incredible people in your business owner journey. If they were all here on the show with us today, what would you want to say to them?
I could not have done this without you. Thank you so much. I mean, the words don't even express um, how grateful I am to have met you all, and I truly thank you for not only putting your trust in me and my brand, PreciseTake, also putting your faith in my craft, and also telling others
Yes.
about me. That's been key. All three of these individuals, they continuously spread the word. They continuously tell people about PreciseTake and send people to me. And that's what it's about. Just being able to help others, and the customers you're going to have returning. They're going to return. You do a good job, they'll return. And I've been thankful that 99% of my business thus far haven't really come from marketing. Has been word of mouth, referrals, and people like Doris, April, and Lakeisha.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So, Aaron, thank you so much for being on the show. It's been a pleasure speaking with you today.
Thank you so much. I'm about to head down out here in North Carolina. About to head downstairs and film another event, start production on another event. So
That's awesome. Well, go make a difference.
yes,
To everyone who tuned in, thanks for listening to the Self-Made is a Myth show with your host, Coach Tim Campbell. Be sure to help us spread this movement by liking the show and posting about it on your social media. And to join our movement, go to bemadtogether.com. All right, folks, that's a wrap. Make sure to pay it forward, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.